Hello Chocs and Chocolates and in between, Chocobirds here for another video review. It's a very special one because it's 3 in 1. Yes, got the new KitKats. Well, KitKat, double chocolate, hazelnuts and salted caramel. So there we go, yeah. Because it's got these in Tesco where basically, yeah, just a take on KitKat but with a special layer at the top you can see. So obviously this one's got, well, not a double chocolate layer, but I guess a double chocolate is the fact it's got more chocolate in it than normal. So it's like a chocolate layer there, chocolate smooth creamy layer, I guess you'd say, and then the hazelnut cream in the middle one, and of course a salted caramel there, so a caramel layer there as well, presumably with some salt in it. But there we go. Yes, looks very interesting, doesn't it? Yeah, very nice indeed. So again, it's got that sort of green for the hazelnut flavour here. Now I think usually in the UK, sort of UK products generally, green is mint, isn't it? But you can clearly see here that green is for hazelnut here, and a lot of main European products use green for hazelnut. There's blue there for double chocolate. Sometimes double chocolate's used for salted caramel, to be honest with you, but not here. And we've got yellow for salted caramel, which I guess does kind of make sense, but obviously it's salted caramel in this case. But there we go. But alright, so very interesting. These were very interesting. So they're 99-gram bars, not 100 grams for some reason. Would have been good for the calorie information, wouldn't it? But there we go. So obviously it's not quite, 1% less than 100. But there we are. So we've got all the descriptions here. So we'll go over them quite quickly. So this is the new double chocolate one. So it's crispy wafer fingers covered with milk, 45.8%, and dark chocolate, 17%, with cocoa flavoured filling, 20.3%. About 91, so about 90, just over 90%, something like that, is it? I think. So not quite 100% there. Milk chocolate contains cocoa solids, 25% minimum, and milk solids, 40% minimum. Dark chocolate contains cocoa solids, 42% minimum. So quite good, strong dark chocolate there. Rich fat stitched cocoa butter. It's got palm fat in it. So this one is the hazelnut one. Crispy wafer fingers covered with milk chocolate, 50.9%. And dark chocolate 11.9%, so a different composition there compared to that one, so that's quite good. So it's not just a case of just replace the hazelnut filling, or the double chocolate filling, whatever it is, with hazelnut filling, 20.3%. It's still got the same amount of filling there, so interesting that. It's quite good that they've not just, as I say, just swapped it out basically. They are slightly different with it, so they have put some thought into it, presumably, about the composition and what makes it up. Right, cocoa solids 25% minimum and milk solids 40% minimum in the milk chocolate. The dark chocolate is 42% minimum, so again it's the same with that. Hazelnut paste it's got, right? That's in that one, I don't think so. Okay. Right, interesting. And then lastly, this is the salted caramel one. Crispy wafer fingers covered with caramel flavoured milk chocolate. So caramel flavoured milk chocolate, 50.7%. Is that same with the other one? So yeah, still a different composition in the other ones as well again. So it's 50.9% in the hazelnut one. So interesting. So yeah, and what else to say? With white coating, 11.9%, with a salted caramel flavour filling, 20.3%. So that's the same on all of them. Milk chocolate is 25% minimum cocoa solids, and milk solids 40% minimum. And milk solids 14% minimum. That's addition to cocoa butter. Got palm fat in there presumably again. Yep, there we go. And then we have some other stuff, of course, there. Alright, so very interesting, yeah, very interesting indeed. They've all got this little blurb on the side talking about, I don't know, Nestle doing good for the environment or good for people. Okay, there we go. Yes, there we are. Your break is part of the Breaks for Good. Your break is part of an innovative program aiming to improve the lives of cocoa farming families. Discover the good behind the break, so you can go to that if you want. Rainforest Line certified cocoa, Nestle. Right, there we are. Get in touch, not happy, stuff like this. Okay, you can recycle this at home in the Republic of Ireland, but you can't in the UK for some reason. You have to do it in the supermarket. Alright, so the calorie information is going to be quite similar. I think the double chocolate one's got the most calories in it, and this that's in yellow. So per 100 grams for calories, they're all quite similar, aren't they? 531 for the double chocolate one, 530 for the hazelnuts, 522 for the caramel one, salted caramel. Quite less there. 28.4 grams of fat for the salted caramel one, 39.9 for the hazelnuts, 30.4 for the double chocolate, and 16 of which are saturates for the salted caramel, 16.6 for the hazelnuts, 60.9 for the double chocolate, so quite similar, and you can see the per 3 fingers there as well. So very similar, but salted caramel is a bit less bad for you, and the hazelnut is in the middle, and the double chocolate is the worst, but only just. So this looks very nice, doesn't it? It's got nice packaging, typical KitKat stuff, and as you can probably, should have mentioned earlier, those who don't know what KitKat is, it's basically usually a 2-fingered bar. They say doesn't normally have the chocolate or filling at the top. Probably normally just has 3 layers of wafer, doesn't it really, or something like that, I think anyway, rather than just 2. It's separated by this little cocoa middle there as well. which I believe is made from crushed KitKats normally. So it's interesting, isn't it? The runoffs or whatever that they don't use. Alright, if we just need to move some down, give these an open, compare, see what they look like. So let's do just that. Let's give them an open. Okay, we're looking at these new KitKats. I don't really, what do you call them? Filled KitKats, I don't know really. They've not actually got a name, just KitKats. But the double chocolate hazelnut and salted caramel open. So yeah, let's do it. So we'll just open them all together really, see what the differences are. They've got this like open and close thing there going on, quite straightforward I should say. Let's give them open. So this is the salted caramel one. Can we get into it? Goodness me, no we can't. Right. Okay, so very similar to the Australian ones that we saw, maybe South African ones as well. I think it's probably more Australian ones. The salted caramel one has been in the wars a bit because it's got a bit of damage there. Alright, so quite plain on the back. So the nice pattern is only on the front, it seems. There's a nice smell coming from it, I must say. Look at that. But yeah, it's all been a bit broken, this one, which is a shame, but it does happen. And look at that in a second. Nice, I'll say, caramel smell coming from it. I usually do review things individually, but just I thought I'll just review these together basically. See which one is the best. Right. This one is in one piece, hazelnut one. It seems to be so far. Okay, there we go, lovely. Slight hazelnut smell coming from it actually, I must say. Looks very nice again. Let's do the double chocolate one. So normally you would say when you're younger that double chocolate would always be the best. But I've usually found that, usually just having too much chocolate is actually just a bit boring, and it's nice to have a bit of variety in some other flavours and things. But we'll see, will this be the case with this one? Will it actually be the nicest? It looks the most indulgent, but I can't open it. It's really stuck. I'm trying to open it properly because I won't be able to eat all this at once. So I can reseal it, or at least come close to resealing it. Ah, there we go. Alright. So is this just going to look the same as the hazelnut one? It does have a very cocoa-y smell coming from it, but yeah, it does look pretty similar. It's hazelnut one, I think you'd say. Bit of a shame, I'd say, that salted caramel's broken a bit, but maybe because it's not as strong because of all the salted caramel, maybe, I don't know. Alright, so there's the three of them. Try and make the caramel a bit more presentable, but there we go. Alright, so there we go, there's the three of them. Look pretty good, don't they? They look pretty good, has to be said. Measure one of them that's in full. It's still not broken, so we'll just because, then we'll have a close look at them. About 15.1 centimetres in length there. At the bottom, and width about 7.1 as well. And how we use the old Calperonis, we've got them. Right. About, I can show you, about 1 centimetre in between the segments. But yeah, they are, as I say, about 7.1 in width, wasn't it? But at the top, that's 6.6. Yeah, so bear that in mind. And also the length, 14.6. I suppose, what was it, 15.1. Yeah, so there's a bit there for sure because of the fact, as I say, it's sloped at the sides. But alright, it looks very nice, don't you? I think you can see that the hazelnut one and the double chocolate one are not quite the same. This is the double chocolate one, and this is the hazelnut one. You see, the hazelnut one is slightly lighter. Slightly with its colouring. Very slight, but there is a bit of a difference there. Dark chocolate 17, 45.8 milk. This one, dark chocolate 11. Milk 20, yes. So there's just less dark chocolate in this one, basically. Oh, let's have a bit of a snap. We can see this is the caramel one. See, it's been snapped there, but oh, look at it. So it's not really a runny caramel there, is it? Look at that. That's a bit rubbish, isn't it? I mean, it definitely looks like a runny caramel here on the front. And I guess when you look very close, you can see it probably is a bit more of a cream. But yeah, interesting. So it is like just a cream really, which is very strange, isn't it? It's not what I was expecting at all. Just break this off just to check. Yeah, not like the ones because they've been exposed, have dried up or something. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, bit disappointing. Yeah, it is a cream though, you know, like Reese's, almost like a Reese's peanut butter consistency. Maybe slightly harder. Got a bit of the wafer mixed in as well, so it's hard to say. But yeah, interesting. All right, let's try the hazelnut one then as well. So let's see. So here the fingers are quite small. So again, it's more like the filling that you get in between the fingers, really, you know, rather than a sort of actual runny cream or anything like that. You can see that it is very similar and quite thin as well. That's thick as it looks on the front, that's for sure. Yeah, it's not as exciting, is it? It really isn't as exciting there. Look at that. Certainly not as big, as thick. All right. Interesting. Let's have a look at the dark or the double chocolate one. Again, yeah, underwhelming, I think you'd say. Certainly not as exciting as it looks on the front again. But alright, how did it taste? That's the main thing, isn't it? Let's find out. Let's give them a taste. Okay, everyone okay? We're going to give these new KitKats, hazelnut, salted caramel and double chocolate a taste. Yes, I'm quite excited for these ones. So you can see that they all look slightly different. Let's have a look at a finger of each, why not? If we can, roughly. Don't break too well actually, I must say they break a bit rubbish. When I tried to break them, they've just fallen apart really, so a bit rubbish there. But yes, this is the salted caramel one, this is the double chocolate one. This is the hazelnut one. Hazelnut one and double chocolate quite similar, but you can see this hazelnut one is slightly lighter in some respects, a bit less dark chocolate in it. Alright, we'll rate them individually. I think we'll start with the let's start with the hazelnut one, shall we? I think. Start with that, so if we can get a decent finger of it. Yeah, okay, here we go. Let's try the hazelnut one first. Give that a taste. I was a bit apprehensive about these actually, but yeah, because the cream wasn't very creamy. You know, it didn't look anything like the front, and it certainly wasn't as much of it. It's actually very nice, that. I'm going to rate them individually and see which one is the best, but that's very nice. It's typical KitKat, you know, it's got the crunchy wafer. It's typical chocolate, I guess, but it's actually quite nice. It does taste, not really getting massive amounts of dark chocolate or anything like that, but it's clearly something a bit more interesting about it. And I think it works quite well with the hazelnut spread as well, or hazelnut cream, what have you. It's actually quite nice, that one, you know. Yeah. I think the negatives are going to be the same throughout all of them. I think the fact that the chocolate cream isn't quite as prominent, or you know, the hazelnut cream in this case there isn't as much of it as it looks to be on the front, you know, which we saw before. You can kind of, I don't know if this is exactly might be the salted caramel, I'm not sure, but you can see there there's not as much cream there, you know, and there's the dark chocolate one as well, the double chocolate one, and hazelnut cream one now. They look quite similar. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah. There's not quite as much of a filling, but still not too bad, is it? But you know, and it's a bit more like the rest of the sort of cream inside a KitKat. It's supposed to be nice and runny, so they're all like that. So it's going to be the same for all of them. But it's very nice. This actually, I really quite like this. I think nice hazelnut flavour as well. Not too strong though, which is good. It works quite well. It's quite subtle, but not not too subtle. It's just balanced quite right. I think this is really nice. I think for me, it's a good 4.5, lovely set of crispy textures as well. So I'm going to say 4 out of 5, but it's certainly close to 4.5, that's for sure. Let's try the double chocolate one now, so a whole thing of it, so let's give it a go. Again, pretty nice. A bit less interesting than the other one. It's just more chocolate really. It's got a typical, you know, intense chocolate taste, quite cocoa-y. I think I prefer the hazelnut one, to be honest with you. I think this one tastes a bit more, doesn't taste quite as good, but it's still nice. It just tastes a bit less. I mean, because it's not got any distinct flavour other than chocolate. I mean, it does have, like, you know, more chocolate, but you know what I mean, it's double chocolate. But you know, you can just taste more of the regular KitKat chocolate. It's not the best chocolate in the world, So it just tastes a bit less interesting than the hazelnut one, to be honest with you. But it's still good. It's still a 4 out of 5. But just not as good as the hazelnut one. And I'm not really a massive fan of hazelnut spreads and things like Nutella and stuff like that. I do like them, but I don't love them. You know, so for me to say that does prove that the hazelnut one was very nice indeed. Let's try the salted caramel one then. It smells got a bit caramelly smell. See, it isn't really runny caramel though. It's just like the other one where it's like a sort of cream. It's like a sort of caramel creme on top basically. A bit less. So you actually got white chocolate in this one. White coating it says. It's not white chocolate. It's got a white coating. So something a bit different about it, whatever that is. 1.9%. But let's give it a go. Not bad. It doesn't taste. It'd be better if it actually was caramel, I think. But it's got a nice caramel taste. I think the chocolate's flavoured caramel as well. Yeah, it says caramel flavour milk chocolate. So there is that as well. So, you know, it does enhance the caramel flavouring, I think you'd say. It's nice, that one, actually. It's not too bad. Sometimes I'm a bit worried it might be a bit mundane, but it's not really. You know, not being actual caramel. I think it'd be nice if it was actual caramel, but it does taste of caramel. It does have, obviously, a soft layer on top. And again, it's still very nice, really. So I think, you know, it's no worse than the other ones, for sure. I think it has something a bit more interesting than the double chocolate one again. But I think it's not massively better, but it's still a better one. I think it's my favourite out of those two. So 4 out of 5 again, that one. Very nice. Let's try the hazelnut one last time. Let's just give that a go. I'm just going to see if that's... Just give it a go and see if actually, you know, now I've had the other two. Let's just see. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm a massive fan of like the hazelnut flavour as such, but I think it's just coupled with all the other parts of it, all the other components, it's such a stronger, more distinct flavour than the other ones, and more interesting. That actually is, it just is a lot better than the other two. So I think for me, if it wasn't, I don't know, if it wasn't hazelnut, I was going to say I think I'd rate it higher, but then would it be as distinct? Because I've seen the other two, the other flavours don't quite stand out as much or enhance the bar as much as this one does. So yeah, I think for me, definitely hazelnut is the winner, definitely, and I'm tempted to up that to 4.5, and I think, you know, I think I will. Yeah, very nice, that one, very nice. Really is a complete product, and they all look great. Well, a really nice set of products, actually. Really do enjoy them. But yeah, hazelnut's the best. Then I think probably followed by the salted caramel and then the double chocolate. But they're all very nice. You can't really go wrong with any of them, and I will definitely enjoy finishing these off. Alright guys, take care. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. See ya.